Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. This week in car audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton. So it was supposed to be co-hosted today by Moses, but Moses didn't quite make it in here yet. So, as you guys can see, we have a mystery guest today. We're going to go through this, and you guys are going to ask the questions, and whatever questions you ask, he will answer them. And once he answers it, not working. Anyway, when you guys answer as he answers the questions, we're going to continue to get guesses to see who this mystery guest is today. Let me finish up sharing this with a couple more sites here. Car Audio Addicts, California Base. All my car audio groups are all mixed in all of a sudden, so now I gotta go through them one at a time and figure them out. There we go. And so let's see here. Travis Hostetter says, "What's up, y'all?" Rosa, we're waiting for Moses. He should know how to do that. He's already done it a couple times. Once he figures it out, we'll let him in. Scott Schrader and Greg Clary, 3 other people watching there. I got SQ Sounds going from Barbados, Bridgetown, Barbados. Alex Barnett. Rosa says he can't log in. So click on the link, and then once he clicks on the link, then he should go to his browser on his phone and paste it into, so click on the link, copy the link, paste it in your browser. Once you pasted it in your browser, then push go, and then you'll go to, and it'll start it up. That's what he needs to do. All right, guys. So what questions do we have for our mystery guests to help you guys figure out who he is? All right, so let's get some questions going. The link is not broken because Jeffrey, somebody just logged in or tried logging in and they got in. Anyway, so any guesses? So what questions would you guys ask? So far, you guys all know he was 2-time world champion and multi-time regional champion. So let's see. Let's get some questions out here. Moses, admit. And let me switch this up to me.
What's up?
Hey, you made it.
Dude, that thing's tricky sometimes, man.
Oh. Turn the phone sideways, Moses.
Let me see. Let me try it again.
There we go. Oh, there you go. You're there. All right. So, Moses, any guesses on who are not guesses, but any questions for our mystery guest?
Shoot, man, are you gonna be? Am I gonna be seeing you in the lanes, or?
Will he see you in the lanes, Mr. Mystery Guest?
Yes.
All right.
We do a meet and greet, man.
So, have you, mystery guest? Has Moses ever met you before?
Yes.
See, so you've already met him, so it's not a meet and greet.
All right. So it's going off to a good start. Then we're good then. All right.
So, any other things? So what we know so far is he's 2-time world champion, multi-time regional champion.
Man, so this guy's got a good background behind him, man.
Yep.
Shoot, that's pretty good then.
Rosa wants to know how tall. Mystery guest, how tall are you?
I'm gonna say average.
Average height in high heels. No. Okay, so he's average height, multi-time world champion. Anything
What kind
else?
of car you got, man?
What kind of vehicle do you have? So, are you asking a competition vehicle?
Yes.
Or what kind of
vehicle?
competition vehicle do you or did you run?
I had two.
Two different ones.
What was your best one?
What was your loudest score? How's that?
Was a 1982 Volkswagen Rabbit.
Volkswagen Rabbit, and what was the score?
The score at finals was a 164.1.
164.1. Two-time world record holder. What else can we ask him?
Shoot, are you from the West or the East Coast or Central?
I competed at both West and quote unquote East Coast finals.
So he's competed on both sides.
Okay.
Both sides.
Yep. I would say that's accurate.
Man, I'm trying to think, if I did see this vehicle, or if I do remember. I mean, I've seen a lot of loud cars, man.
Yep.
So, the only one I know is the one guy that has the DC stuff. What's his name? He has a Beetle too.
That's a good question. So, what equipment did you was in the last vehicle you ran? That's a good question.
So the last vehicle I had that won World Finals, what I had was Soundstream amplifiers.
Okay.
And T3 audio woofers.
Oh, man.
So you don't even know what a T3 audio is, right?
Not too familiar.
Yeah, so they were one of the pioneers. When last did you compete is a question from Barbados.
Last time was finals of 2009.
Oh, okay.
So you met him, but he hasn't competed since 2009.
Oh, okay.
And in 2009, he did a 164.
Okay.
And that made him a world champion and a world record holder.
That's some serious stuff, man. Congratulations, dude, man. Well, like I said, once I see you, if the face is familiar, man, and I'm pretty sure I'll know.
All right.
I'm a talkative kind of guy. I like to meet everybody, man. Doug knows that.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember Moses from the lanes, mystery guest?
Yes.
See, he knows you.
See, all right.
So you're starting to get out there. All right. See, here's the problem. Is I invite people that know stuff, and so they get in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, Jacob Fincher, you are correct. Our mystery guest today is Jeffrey Fernandez.
Hey.
And I was gonna say Jeff, but I knew you had more rings than that, dude.
Oh, you mean these ones?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Oh man, my hand. Oh, yeah, you'll get some too, Moses. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm giving.
So who guessed it? Was it
Jacob Fincher? He's all going El Guapo and all that
man,
crap.
I can't even see the comments.
Oh, you can't see him on I thought you were watching him on Facebook too.
I think there's a lag.
Oh, no,
he's no big deal,
dude. Since I said mystery guess, he started guessing you right off the bat. I don't know.
Good old Jake.
Yes. Stephen Ryan says, "What's up, Jeffrey?" Yeah, Hakeeb, right? Hakeeb from back in the days.
Hakeeb, Yeah, I mean, we all had our little nicknames back in the day.
Yeah.
You
XSSPL Jeff.
know, Jake.
You're still XSSPL Jeff in my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Speaking of phone, I don't know. Can I, if I can share this story with you
yeah,
guys out
go ahead.
there to Doug's listeners, and maybe I should have him call me up on my phone so you guys could hear it. But
I can call you.
there was this commercial. There was this commercial. Uh, it was with what was the famous Cowboys player?
Michael Irving.
Anyways, Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Okay.
Troy Aikman. So he was at a liquor store and his phone starts to ring, and it's the announcer saying, touchdown Aikman, winner, or something like that, right? So I figured, you know what? Let me go through my old videos. I'll get Doug, announcing Team XS SPL Jeffrey world champion. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. I have to. You guys hear it? Anyways,
Here, try one more time here.
okay. I forgot I'm wearing AirPods, so
Yeah.
you probably gotta. You guys hear that? I'm not sure where the earpiece is.
Yeah, so basically it just says, Jeffrey Fernandez, world champion! Super Street No Wall.
You know, if I need some way to remind me that I was the world champion, maybe the ringtone or maybe something, I'm not sure what.
So I love that, Jeffrey. I love that every time. We love to see that in all the pictures. That's awesome. When did you get that tattoo done?
It was probably after the second world championship. It was after '07 for sure, and believe it or not, it was when Obama, the president at the time, he was giving out these stimulus checks, right? Or was it stimulus checks back then? I'm not sure what they're called, but they were giving out, I think it was like hundreds. So, I got this check and I'm like, man, I need to do something that, is like memorable, and I was joking around with Jonathan Demuth. He was back then T3 Audio, which I think now is Prodigy. But we were joking around getting tattoos, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I'll get a tattoo on me, and and that's what happened. Hey, thanks, Mr. Obama, for the tattoo. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure my tax dollars went heavily towards that since
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get one of those stimmy checks, so I never received any of them stimmies. So.
Hey.
But so anyway, so let's walk through it. When did you start competing? What got you into car audio? All that stuff.
I started. Man, it's gonna make me sound like I'm old.
Well, you are.
I'm not old looking. But I started in I think '99, maybe 2000 season. That's 2000. Man, I started off. I had my little Toyota Corolla. I think I had 4 JL audio. Don't tell nobody I said that. But I had 4 JL audio 12s in the back of my trunk in a false floor, and I had US Acoustics amps. And man, I thought I was a shit back then. Till I went to my first competition. I think it was maybe like
probably Lake Paris, right?
It was Orange County area. And the first person I went up against, or the person who took me out, was Jim Jean in his Suburban. In an older Suburban. He probably had like 6 or 8 15 18s and had Fortune 500 plus. So if that kind of like brings back any memories for any old school competitors, that was me. And man, and believe it or not, that's when I saw like all the big systems and was like, man, I'm just like this little fish in a big pond.
Yep.
You know, I thought mine was the shit. I had 4 woofers. Sorry if I curse on here. Anyway, so I thought I was, you know, banging with 412s and a false four, and you know, shoot, I was wrong. But you know, at that day, it kind of just like, and I'm sure with a lot of your listeners, when they first go to that first competition,
Yep.
you know, they either win or get beat, or you know what, you don't lose. I was, you know, wise man once told me, you don't lose, you either win or you learn,
That's
right?
right. Get
So
experience.
exactly. So what I ended up doing was I was like, man, this kind of just lit a fire under me, and I was just like, man, I got to hit all these shows.
Mhm.
And if you look on the leaderboard right now, I'm probably like maybe top 15 in the United States right now in points.
I
It was
will look it
probably
up.
those first few seasons where I was hitting shows, bam, bam, bam. I did NorCal, you know, I was all over SoCal. I even did an XM radio show in Arizona that you threw, Doug, and I remember that day because it rained and
Oh, dude,
it
the
was horrible.
monsoon.
The
Remember that monsoon?
monster,
Dude,
yeah,
it
yeah,
literally, like, there was an inch of water in the street where we were at in a matter of, I don't know, like less than 5 minutes. And then we
yeah.
just put
It
the tent
was
back up
quick.
and just kept on
Yep.
going,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Didn't even slowed us down a little bit, but that's about it. Hey, so Moses, can you relate with that? Showing up to a show thinking you're king shit, and next thing you know, damn.
Oh yeah, dude. Trust me, man. We had a really nice run during the whole season, bro. And then we went to Alabama, and I was like, all right, man. Talking about we're gonna go there. We're gonna see what we got. Man, dude, like a bag of chips out there, dude. Popped me back open, and that was it. I was like, man, but I mean, for what it was, dude, you know, I got to see a lot of like fourth order, sixth order, stuff like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, there was some serious power out there, man, and I just felt like I just brought my boombox, man, you know. But hey, it is what it is, dude. So all we do is step back, and like I said, we
Hey,
take
bro,
we
I
take
can
that
tell you
experience and we learn, you
from
know.
my experience, my first World Finals. I mean, I'm kind of ashamed to say, but I took 13th place at my first World Finals
Oh,
back
hey,
in
but
2000.
but you got to think, right? So they only invited the top 15 people in the world
Yeah.
to World Finals. Then that was it. So you went by points and then certified SPL at that time.
No, actually, back then, I don't think it might have been certified because I know there was a couple of guys that were in a different class that went down to my class. You know how it is now. It's like, okay, you compete at a multi, you get a certified, and you're locked in that class.
Right.
Back then, shoot, there was guys, you know, in like extreme coming down to the class I was competing, which was back then, street 3 to 4.
Right.
You know, I think it was 600 watts was the max.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, you know, 4 woofers, 3 to 4. So, dude, I got smashed. So if that's like if that kind of gives any kind of inspiration to the viewers that, you know, you might not do well the first time, you know, or, you know, first couple of seasons. Dude, I won my first championship, was it 2005? So it took me about 5 years to win my first championship. I know there's guys that come out the gate, you know, their rookie year winning world championships, but hey, you know, it seems like it's more rewarding, right? To, you know, kind of go up in the ranks. You know, I love going to all the shows every weekend, you know, hanging out with sound off guys, and you know, it's the connections you made. Like, I mean, that's, I think, one of the shows I met up with the Team X's SPL guys.
Mm-hmm.
More so with Chad Geary. I'm sure some of you guys might have heard his name, Chad Geary.
Yeah. He's kind of a famous guy. We're trying to get him on. We'll get him on eventually. He's a little camera shy, we'll say. He doesn't like to be in the limelight like that. But dude, that is
No,
one
that's
smart
right.
dude. I mean, when it
Yeah,
comes to
he's a
box
smart dude.
building and design, he's off the hook.
He's probably taught me, I want to say, maybe about 80%, maybe a little bit more than 80% of
Yeah.
the knowledge I have with SPL competitions and all that. Him and Roger Bridges, you guys
Yep.
know, the head guys that were running Team XS SPL at the time. And, you know, I always tell people, like, they want to know how to be successful in this. And I tell them, hey, dude, surround yourself with people with the same goals as you to help lift you guys all up together. Because you don't want to hang out there with just guys that going to go to shows and, you know, not have similar goals, right? You might just get stuck.
Yep.
You know? So, I mean,
true.
I kind of like, with that experience, I just kind of like just took it and ran, and, you know.
So currently you're number 33 for lifetime points.
That's probably in the world, though.
That's in the world.
Not
would
it
you
down
like
to
me to
nationals.
Okay, let me bust
Knock
you
it down to North
US.
America.
Yep. Hold on, let me go.
I
USA.
got a long ways to go get my rank, man.
USA. There's Terry Brox.
Is he
Leo
number one?
He is by 4,100
Yeah.
points to 2,700 is second.
Sick. Terry Brox is a machine, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
You guys know. Everybody
Leo
knows.
Valdez.
Leo Valdez.
Jim Jean.
Jim Jean. Man, what is he like? Is he third still?
Still third, 2,367.
When did he stop competing?
Hold on, let me pull this up. Like in 2000 was his last show or something.
So if you kind of like
2013. So so he stopped competing in 2003.
Okay.
He started again in 2011 and stopped in 2013.
Okay.
So he only competed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years total competition, and he's third in the world for points.
Sick. That is sick.
That is sick. Insane.
Okay.
I remember when he was going. I remember he did a show in SoCal.
Yep.
And it was like it was like the same day in the evening he went up to NorCal to do a show.
So he stopped in Central Cal, did a show in either Fresno or Merced,
Sick.
and then hit one up in Sacramento, all in the same day.
Sick. You new guys out there right now thinking you're the shit, hitting like, you know, multiple shows a day. You ain't Jim Jean the shit. You ain't Jim Jean shit. Because Jim Jean.
Man, hey, well, dude, that's the uplifter, like you're saying, dude. I look up to that kind of stuff.
So
man.
you're number 17 in the country, Jeff. Team Nemesis Walt just ahead of you. Bo Boren, Randy Kubek, Steve Mick,
big names.
Team Neo Vernon, Nathan Potter, Ray Maestas, Team Pure Pressure Step, Fred Wright Jr., SSC Ron, Brian
That's
Nyman.
Like a who's.
Yeah.
Who's of competitors for sure.
Dude, I mean, look at this. Just in the California, just so you guys know, I mean, California has been kicking this stuff off. I mean, like I said, I took over judging in 2000, and I really put on a lot of shows and whatnot. In California, you're looking at number 2, Leo Valdez. Number 3, Jim Jean. Number 5, Brian Nyman. Number 7, SSC Ron. This is lifetime points.
Lifetime.
Yeah. Number 10, Ray Maestas. You know, in the top 10, that's how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the top 10 are out of California. That's awesome.
That is sick.
Yep.
That
Hit
gives,
your volume.
you know, you competitors out there something to shoot for.
Yes, sir.
You know, getting these points.
Yep.
It's more than just bringing home that trophy. You know, you get, a lot of you guys know, okay, first place gets 8 points, second place gets 7 points, but man.
Yep.
They used to, and Doug still does it, but he gives out the points.
I haven't done the points jacket in a couple of years.
Okay.
I think I may start that again. So that was when we were doing the last time we did the money. I believe that was 2016 or 18. Well, when we handed out that bunch of cash, everybody just complained about receiving. I mean, we handed out, I think, $9,600 in cash between 3 venues, right? That was you down south, me up north, and Andrew McCain in Minnesota or New Mexico. And between our 3 places, we ended up giving out a little over $9,000 in cash.
Yeah.
And then all people did was complain about it. So, hey, guess what? We don't need to give out cash anymore.
What? They complained about it?
Yes, sir.
Can't
Whenever there's
believe it.
money involved, somebody's
Shame
gonna
on you
always
guys.
complain.
Man,
Well,
they
cut
must be
the
rolling
dog.
in money or something.
Yeah. So what was the question? Uh, Rosa. What's his name's wife right there? Well, kind of wife, in-law, or what would you call it? Common law wife. Moses' common law wife. Um, wanted to
I
know,
got a
did you
chance
ever
to
compete
I got
against
a
me?
chance to hang out with her at a
You
show.
did.
It was what was a show I hosted in Toontown. It was a Toys for Tots.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay.
fun, dude.
Man, yeah, it was fun. I couldn't believe Moses came down all the way to SoCal to do the show, but I should have known. But man, they're party people for sure. Finals, man. Too bad
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
on the clock. Too bad I was on the clock at finals. Otherwise, I'd be, you know,
Yeah, and I had
with
that
you
was a
too,
great
Moses.
time, dude. Should have
You
saw
know,
your
at
eyes when I
finals
showed up, man.
at finals was the best, you know, because Wayne used to do these competitor parties,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I remember one time it was on a riverboat,
Yes.
and we had like pizza. It was open bar.
Yep.
There was fights on the boat, but nobody knows about it. But it was so fun, dude.
Man.
You know, I always talk to Roger and like some of the old school guys, and we're like, man, we need to get it back to like one location. That way we can get everybody there. We could do the competitor party. Yeah, it was fun back then. And, you know, kind of now when we did last finals, you know, we were all just kind of hanging out, and we kind of got both coasts, so to speak, at one event in Alabama with you, Moses. And
Yeah.
man, for sure in Cali, we had a lot of the East Coast guys. We had Dan Horner there, Pop Tart, and yeah, it was just like one
Gracie,
big party.
and
So
Gracie's watching,
Yeah,
and-
Gracie was
Yeah,
there.
Gracie.
Yep, Gracie's watching right now.
It took me back. It
Yep.
took me
Gracie
back. So a lot of you guys
yeah.
right now that are experiencing it, like the last finals, dude, it's like the fun is back again. It just kind of sucks, you know, because I'm on the clock at finals. I can't partake in a lot of the festivities, but maybe, you know, maybe I'll clock out early one day and just, you know.
Yes, sir, dude. Hey, I would like that. That'd be fun, man. Because like I said, we met a few times on a couple occasions, man. So we're gonna keep rolling on this one, man. I want to get inducted in this lifetime point thing, man. So
yeah, that's what's up.
So
They're
Rosa,
like Shooter McGavin, dude. I want my jacket a little shorter on the right.
Rosie wants to know, did you ever compete against me? The answer is no.
I don't think so.
No. So I did go down to Lake Paris and compete, but I was in the amateur 300 watt class.
Oh, okay.
So I was below you. I think that was 2000 or 99. And we drove down there. It was that's when I was with Soundwaves. It was me, what's his name, Scott.
And the trusty leather jacket.
No. That was pre leather jacket. It was Scott.
Leather jacket.
Yeah, it was Scott, Sanborn, Miguel Ayala. You know, we were a team, and we went down there and did our thing. Chris Howard. You know.
Yeah. I remember he had a truck, I think, a white truck.
So he
remember he brought it down to SoCal.
Yeah, so first he used to compete with a Trans Am or a Camaro. He had like an 82 Camaro, and he was the first one to stomp into a mud hole in me, right? So we go up there, and I mean, obviously he was part of Team Soundwaves. They were good. I mean, definitely a high quality team. They were like the XSSPL of up north, right? So I go against him in the lanes. I have a single Phoenix Gold 10 with a Radio Shack.
Jeez, you're bringing me back.
I know whatever the Radio Shack brand was, right? The Optimus. I had an Optimus 300 watter and a single 10, and I was going up against him. Dude, he stomped me bad. He did like a 146. I did like a 138, which for a single 10 in the trunk of a car with the Optimus 300 watter, come on.
And you know what? There's no shame in that, because you know what's going to win that battle is the first battle is you getting out there.
Yep.
You know, you guys are thinking about competing, dude, just by you showing up, putting your name, on the dotted line and competing, that's kind of like the most of the battle right there. Everything else is just fun. You get beat, you get beat. So what? You blow some stuff up, that's the name of the game. But
Right.
that's how you come up, you get your notoriety, and
Yep. So mine was real simple. I went up to Chris right after that run and I go, dude, you will never beat me again. I promise you that.
Exactly.
And guess what? He never did. He went to Super Street 1 to 2 the very next show. So, and I stayed in the stock class, but I was hitting a 150 by finals. I didn't qualify for finals. I went to my first show and it was August or September, and which is obviously the end of our season. But like I said, I just learned about DB Drag. I went to a stereo shop and they're like, hey, we're having a show today. Come on, check it out. And so I came and checked it out. And it was one of those traveling, I think, Kicker. Was it Kicker? Or Rockford Fosgate used to do those shows, right?
Yeah. I have an award from Rockford Fosgate here.
Oh.
It was like a little plaque, and
okay.
They actually stamped it, hand stamped my score on it, and yeah, it was like this whole series. And it was actually, for you guys who want to do all these shows, this Rockford Fosgate series was during the week. So it was like Monday,
it was like
Tuesday,
a Wednesday night.
Thursday,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was sick, man. It was sick. We had all those crazy shows back then.
Yeah, so what they would happen is like they would be in Visalia on Monday night, and then Tuesday night they'd be in Fresno, then they'd be in Madeira on Wednesday night, then they'd be in Merced on Thursday night, and then Friday night they'd make it up to Modesto, and then be in Sacramento on Saturday. And so you could actually follow them, and that's part of how Jim Jean got so many of his points too.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think, Doug? What are you thinking, Doug?
I'm not thinking about doing that at all.
I like the sound of that, bud.
No. Somebody asked if that 150 was a single 10. No, I had 2 12s and a Arc Audio 500 watt amplifier, and I was able to do 150 on the old mics. So that's equal to like a 144 now. But you guys also have to understand the development of car audio and car audio design in cars was, we were so far behind back in 2098, 99 compared to where we are now.
I was going to say, behind who?
Well, we were just behind where we are now, right?
Behind ourselves.
Yeah. So it was literally people, it was build it and try it. Now I can do some math on a computer and roughly tell you what number you're going to score with the design that I build. And I'm sure if Jeffrey were able to build you a box or whatever, if he's going to build you a wall, he knows you're going to do a 160 right out of the box. Just from our experience. That's right.
You can just walk up to a car and smell. Okay, that's a 60.
That's a 60 car.
That's a 60 right there. Yeah. Because what you smell like the wood, the fiberglass, the resin. You smell the cement in there.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, that's when it's like this ain't gonna be like no street class. It's not gonna be like no 40s.
Nope.
This is gonna be like 60s.
It's the real deal. Yep.
It's like the little intricacies that you're gonna kind of like gauge. Okay, what's this guy gonna do? What's this guy gonna do? And you just kind of look and be like, okay, he's got a 10-inch aero port. Okay, he'll do pretty good.
Mario says when you smell coils,
That's when you smell coils, that's when There's that meme out there with that Napoleon Dynamite guy with his brother, and he's like, that's when it starts getting serious, is once you start smelling coils. That's when it's getting serious.
You ever smell any coils, Moses?
Yeah, just this last time we was at Jeff's Touch for Tots.
Yeah.
You
mean, was it burning coil or burning?
Oh, I don't. Mine doesn't go too low, man. And I me, man. Once I get a little out of hand, sometimes I start getting low, and I was like, But the crowd and everybody goes out there, they like it. So I'm like, man, if they sold me 4 more, right, dude?
Yeah. So
Exactly.
we do have a question here for you. Team Gigawatts in the game in the house. Yes,
Oh, okay.
sir. The name of the game SPL. Just had a question here from Stephen Rain.
Okay.
Again, any news about volumes of shows in SoCal?
SoCal. Where are these chats coming from? Are they on?
They're
They're
on
on
the
Facebook.
on my that one's on Facebook. I'm looking at two
Oh,
screens
okay.
here, so I see YouTube on one side, Facebook on the other.
That's okay. I was looking on YouTube and I didn't really see much activity on there. But
Yeah.
so to answer Steven's question is, man, I I know we're gonna be back in Tune Time probably for his annual summer show. Um, a bunch of teams have hit me up about wanting to do shows. It's just a matter of getting the schedule down. Um, I don't know if I can reveal the teams that are interested in doing shows or the shops and stuff like that.
That's up to you.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should, so I can put them on the spot, and
Yeah,
they'll be
put them
like,
on the
they'll
spot.
be guaranteed.
Come on, man.
What I've kind of noticed is kind of like an influx of SPL teams
Yes.
wanting to host events now.
Mhm.
And back then it was like you had to have a shop host it, which is still kind of like what we do now. But you, like I said, when you get all these guys together, similar mindset, they're like, what do we got to do to get this going, get this popping over here and in this area. Hey, let's throw a show. Let's put some money in and throw a show.
Mhm.
It's as easy as that. Probably my last few shows have been, car audio teams wanting to host an event, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Let's keep doing it. So as far as answering Steven's question, hey, it's in the works. It's in the works. I'm cooking it up here. So
Yep.
just
And hit up
tuned,
Jeffrey if
tuned.
you want to have a show. Hit up
Hit me up.
Jeffrey, and he will absolutely take care of that for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So you currently live in Dallas, Texas area, right?
Yes.
It's the Dallas area, right?
Yeah, I made the move out here to Texas. I mean, it's like a long story, but I mean, you guys, back in 2020, that I'd say back in 2020, I guess a long time ago, but it seemed like it was a long time ago with the pandemic and all that. So, my wife and I were kind of wanting to leave, wanting to go to Texas. And it was like 2020, everything was shut down. The line of work I was in shut down, so we're like, hey, let's make the move. Her parents were out here in Texas, and it's like they got a big old house on a few acres, and we're like, let's just stay with them for a while and just kind of see where things go. And a lot of the restrictions weren't as crazy as they were as back in Cali, which maybe I shouldn't get all political and all that, but so we just kind of moved out here, and it's working out really good. I'm still going SoCal doing shows. I got family out there, so it's not that big of a deal for me, and work. Yeah. So,
yeah. Yeah, and then on top of that, I mean, you got a great job now with Crossfire. You team back up with Roger.
Yeah.
And working out at the Crossfire.
Yeah, a lot of you guys don't know. Well, I guess I just mentioned it earlier in the show, but I've known Roger well over 20 years, and it's like I said in the beginning, it's these connections you make. Had I not known him, and then I moved to Texas, I don't know where I'd be, but it's all right, kids, listen to this. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
I believe that to be accurate, sir.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, but once you're in the real world, it's like connections that you've made and stuff like that. So as long as nobody burns bridges, you're all cool, and
yep.
Sure, man.
It's all good.
Gotta meet you, Jeff.
Yes.
So Jeffrey,
yes,
so you made the transition from competitor, just as I did. I was much more short time than you as a competitor. But you made the transition from competitor to judge. What was that decision, and how did that all work out for you, or what led you to that?
you guys all know Andy Tusha, right?
Yeah.
He's the other guy in Boom and Audio competitions. He was hosting shows back in, I think it was a little bit over maybe 2007, 2006. So he was doing some shows in SoCal, and I was, competing at the time, and and it's it's funny, and I'll joke around with Andy every once in a while, but when he first started out, now we got laptops running, term labs.
Right.
He had those boob tube computers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this was back when they had the .net, so it was like this long ribbon cable and stuff like that. So it was a couple of shows where we kind of partnered up. I kind of like provided the like a PA system and stuff like that, because before then he was just kind of like yelling at competitors, make it up to the lanes, and I mean, Andy will do that, so I kind of like gravitated towards that, and I was just kind of like, hey, this is, it almost seems like a natural transition. I've already got the world records, I've got regional championships, national championships, world championships. It just seemed like it was a natural transition to to kind of be a judge. And another saying that says if what is it, if you can't do it, teach, or something like that. That I was kind of like, hey, with all this technology, shoot, man, I'm gonna have to buy 8 more amps, maybe 30 more batteries, just to keep up with these guys that are out in well, it was back at the time where we did like finals, where it was multi-venue, multiple country venue, like, well, I guess you can say
multiple
that.
countries all over. We had Greece,
Brazil, Europe.
Yeah, we had somebody in Europe, either Greece, France, UK, whatever, Germany, somebody from Europe, somebody from Brazil, Canada, and then East Coast, West Coast.
Dude, my last championship, I went head to head with a guy in Europe. So for those of you guys, and I joke around with you guys who win championships, it's like, but dude, did you beat a European? So I actually went up against a European guy in the finals of my last world championship. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that I beat someone else from another part of the world. But to kind of like go back in the question, it just seemed like a natural transition for me to be a judge, kind of go behind the scenes now, especially be part of the rules discussions and stuff like that. There was another way for me to kind of beat all the competitors and stuff like that. Rub elbows with like Wayne Harris and all the big wigs of DB drag. So
yeah, no, like I said, that's awesome. Really enjoy that stuff. So is we'll get into some rule stuff and talk about that, because I do want to talk about your role in as judging, especially at the finals level. But what venue or event is your favorite memory of competing to date?
Man, like, I want to say maybe at a world finals level, it's probably my first championship, which I'm sure everybody's first, right?
2007, San
This
Mateo,
was
California.
2005, dude.
Oh.
2005. This
Okay.
is it was Cleveland, Ohio.
There we go.
I think it was.
Yep, that was my first one judging. As a matter of fact, World Finals. That was my first World Finals judging.
Do you remember it was like at some cow palace or something like that?
It was right across the street from the it was right across the street from the airport, in that big empty room. And remember,
didn't it have like a Ferris wheel or something in there?
I remember seeing one, but I don't remember where it was at. But yes.
But that would probably be my most fondest memory of DB drag, I guess.
Is that the one we went on the boat?
To kind of go back and I don't think that was the boat. No, the boat, I think it might have been
Nashville, maybe.
Yeah, it might have been. Well, Nashville, man.
No, Nashville,
Those
because we
were.
went to 4th Street, right?
Yeah, you just walk down that street.
Yeah.
You just bar hopping, bar hopping, bar hopping. I remember we made it to a couple of strip clubs and stuff like that. But that's another story. But
Yeah,
and
Jeffrey,
dang, I
tough
mean, just to
boy.
kind of like get you guys like
See my son hanging out with this man.
all the up and comer competitors, dude. Once you start, going to world finals, you're gonna have a lot of these companies, you know, want to get to know you as like a competitor. I remember, and maybe I shouldn't say his name right now, but it was he was from a manufacturer. He went and took us all out to the strip club, and I remember we ended up getting kicked out. But it was you're just putting your name out there, and then you're getting people to kind of like talk about you, and then you get these people, these movers and shakers of the industry that, hey, let's go take this guy out, and stuff like that's all the cool part, you
Mm-hmm.
know of doing this stuff. But to kind of go back to what we were talking about is it was Cleveland, and I remember we coming from the West Coast, we had to put our cars on car
transport.
carriers, right?
Yeah.
Transport. This was after years and years and years of driving from Cali to Nashville
Yep.
to do finals. We were just like, let's just put our cars on car carriers and just fly out there. And I think it was, and it was like every year because it was in October, but there was
Mhm.
like, it was bad weather,
Yeah.
and the car carrier almost didn't make it to the venue.
He went to
It
the
ended
wrong
up-
city.
Dude, I don't know what he did. We were over there like, we were already there. Our cars weren't there. Carrier was like nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found.
But hey, but
Um,
on a good note though, he rolled your windows up, unlike he did to Anna's.
Oh yeah, that
Anna
was
Flowers
a bummer.
from DC. I mean, she literally took her amp, turned it sideways, and water poured out of that thing because
Wow,
he so what happened is he got stuck somewhere and he had to move the cars. So he rolled the windows down to move the cars on and off the transport, and he never rolled up Anna's windows.
that sucks.
And
That
then
sucks.
were you part of that group that he hijacked your vehicles and said, "Hey, I'm not taking them back for unless you pay extra money"?
No, that was I think
Just
years
Rusty?
later.
Oh, okay.
No, that was us too. It was us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we got our car, it was after finals.
Yes.
They wouldn't take it off without like us paying more money because, and I guess maybe I can kind of feel for them because they were like, dude, these aren't regular cars. These are like extreme cars. We got to take shit apart. We got to put our little feet in like the little place to push the gas, and but man, it's funny. We keep going up in these tangents. It's like I got this mind full of like all these fun experiences. But anyway, so our car carrier almost didn't make it. It ended up showing. I think it might have been like the first day, or it was like after roll-in, and it might have been the first day.
Mm-hmm.
And what was a cool part, big thanks to all the competitors that kind of voted on this, but DB Drag took it to the competitors and said, you know what? It wasn't these guys' fault. Car carriers showed up late. Is it cool that they, still compete?
That's right.
And,
so you guys had
they,
till midnight to get there, and they showed up at like 1 a.m. and I was sitting there waiting. Obviously
they
because it was
been
my guys that were coming right from the West Coast back there, so I waited.
Yeah,
it was hella late. I remember.
It probably would have been a big chunk of the competitors at that year at finals that wouldn't have been there. But the competitors, even some of the guys, they didn't even have to. Like guys in our class could have been like, nope. They could have been douchebags and been like, nope, get out of here. You didn't make it in time. But I think it was just more so like the spirit of competition that they said, okay, it's cool. It wasn't your fault. Let's do it. And that was the year. That was the year that I won. And it was also kind of weird too. So it seemed like there was something wrong with each car. So I got my car in my pit stall. I thought everything was good, and I did everything. There was like this little secret. Well, it wasn't a secret at the time, but people use duct tape, and I think they still use now. But I remember after duct taping my woofers in, and I was like, dang, what happened? And we got there really late, so everything was last minute. We couldn't test. It was like, get your stuff and get in the lanes. So I was looking through all my amps, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make excuses or anything, but some of the I think one of the amps was in master or slave, or you know so I was like, man, dude, somebody, I don't know, maybe it was me, but some of my settings were off, and it just was like, dude, everyone was just like having a bad day after the car carrier came in. We got there all late, and just having to rush things. So, dude, qualifying, I think I might have been like fifth or sixth. So
Yeah.
it was like, and that's what I talk about nicknames. I gave the car that I used a nickname. It was the purple buzzsaw, right? Because it was a purple car for that reason, but also because at that finals, I had to literally, cut my way all the way to become first place, and people are saying, dude, why are you sandbagging? And I'm like,
I
I'm
swear to
not
you,
trying to.
I thought you did that on purpose.
No way. I was like, I'm not trying to sandbag, because at that finals, it was a who's of competitors. So I want to try to distance myself away from those guys as much as I can. But being fifth or sixth, I had to like go up against past champions, and just to make my way towards finals. And it was like, dude, I mean, I'm probably well, you guys know who Danny Britton was. He was a world
Trendsetter.
champion.
Yep.
Trendsetters, Border Motorsports. He
Mhm.
was the champion as well.
Mhm.
Rip Rock, the guys from Canada,
Oh, jeez.
dude. So I had to go heads up with those guys, and it was like, dude, I'm not sandbagging. I wouldn't want to put myself here to go up against these guys just to make it to the finals. I'd rather coast on first, and stuff like that. But I think it was just kind of like having to fight my way through that bracket made it that much more memorable for me. And being my first one, my wife now at the time was my girlfriend. She was there with me, and this just the support. You know, of course, the other team members were there. Roger, Darren was there. Santos, a lot of the XSSPL. Those are all the XSSPL guys, and yeah, I still got pictures from that day too. It was Sam Horn. He was right there. And these are pictures taken by you guys know who. Well, a lot of you old school guys know who Oki is.
Okay, I'm
He was
trying
a
to get him
competitor
on
from.
here. Yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
him on here one of these times and let him talk about it. He's from Germany.
Oh,
He's having
he's got
some
stories.
family. Yeah, he's having some family issues currently, and they're trying to get through
Hmm.
them. But once he
Oh,
does get through that, we will absolutely have him on here. He stops at my house. Did he stop at your house every year? Because he
yeah.
always
He
stayed with
stayed. He
me.
stayed the night. He
Yeah.
stayed the night at my place, and
Yep.
I think that next weekend or next couple of days, we ended up driving to CES together,
Yeah.
and yeah. So he took pictures, and he like gave me all these pictures when I won, and getting all these hugs from everybody, and just that feeling, like just of accomplishment, and more so just like relief, because man, start from the get go, cars weren't there,
Yep.
stuff going on with all of our amps, well, all of our stuff, and just relief, and made it that much more memorable.
Okay.
We back then we have well, actually, this is it right here, my
Damn,
the
I was gonna say
trophy.
something about that,
You guys,
dude.
well, don't look at the top because the top broke off. But I mean, I'm. Let's see. Well, it's what, like 7, 8 feet tall,
Damn.
and yeah. Imagine trying to bring that back on the car carrier. We had to like take it apart and stuff like that to bring it back. This was before they had the rings, but
Okay. So
yeah, just seeing pictures of that stuff that happened back then, and you know um,
So
when we
actually,
did that.
hold on quick, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just so people can see. I am pulling this up right now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Um,
Oh, Doug's got the footage.
No, not the footage.
Oh,
This is your bracket.
oh,
So
look at
you
that.
actually
Yeah.
qualified. Let's see, that'd
Sick.
be one,
One,
two.
2, 3, 4.
So you're right.
Right,
You
one.
you qualified
Oh,
either 5 or 6, right?
yeah, yeah,
And you went against Border Motorsports. You qualified with a
yeah,
159.8. They came in at 163.1. So they're thinking they're 4/10 up on you. They got you. They own you, right?
yeah.
Because obviously
hmm
they sandbagged too, right? Slightly,
It's the name of the game.
right? And then so
But
you
I didn't sandbag. It
right.
was that's what it was.
So then you
And
come
I
in.
think that dude Ken,
Uh
if it
huh.
wasn't for him, hitting that score, I probably wouldn't even made it in the top 8.
So Ken did a 158.9.
Yeah.
So that makes so that makes you 6th out of 8.
Okay.
He went against Danny Britton. Then you went against Danny Britton,
Sick.
right? So Danny
Yes.
Britton's badass, right? I mean that dude's
Yeah.
multi-time champion and whatnot. You did a 164-1 against him. And then it was you against Team Rip Rock. So
Look how
just
close those scores
yeah,
were.
164 to 163.7.
And you know what? A little known story. We were running the REs back then. I know a lot of new guys probably hadn't heard of RE,
Yep.
RE audio, but back then they had a booth, right? So
Yep.
they were reconing woofers as people were running. So every time I ran, I actually went back to their booth, brought my woofers. Thankfully, I only had 2. They reconed them. I put them back in, and it was like a fresh new woofer every time,
Yep.
except for that last final run, because I
Mhm.
think it was I didn't have enough time. I think, um, but yeah, in the lanes, it was me and Rip Rock. And another little known story, Rip Rock at the time was running, I think it was power base amps. And like all the way up until like a couple of weeks before finals, I was running power base. And the guy at the time, I think his name was Johnny at power base. Um, you know, I don't know, maybe he didn't know I switched to Soundstream at the time, or whatever the case was. He saw me at finals, and he's like, oh, all right, we're gonna do good this week, and or this weekend. And I kind of I I thought I was running Soundstream now. And it was like all through up until finals, he was kind of like giving me the stink eye, because his guy was running power base, and he really wanted his guy to beat me, because, well, actually we still had the amps, but it went to another team member of ours
Right.
at the time. So yeah, and I was like, oh man, this is like more drama. Now I'm at the finals. I'm talking to my old sponsor, who's like out to get me, because of all this that happened. And luckily, I pulled away with the win. And
Yeah.
it was fun times.
No, this is awesome. Jeffrey, I hate to do this.
No, Doug,
We're
don't
running
do
up
it.
on the hour.
Don't do it.
It's all good.
I
We got to go
definitely
after hours, right, Moses? Where's the
That's
after hours
right,
spot?
man. Shoot, bonus footage.
Bonus footage.
But before we do go, I want to talk about your transition over to judging a little bit. And
Okay.
a big thing is and 100%, this is no disrespect to any other judges out there. That includes Kramer and Wyatt and little Jeremy and all them. I have no disrespect for any of those guys at all. But by far, my favorite judge to work with is Jeffrey. As far as
Hey,
well, it's
hey.
true because Jeffrey's very meticulous and
Yeah.
he's even-handed. He's not trying to ban anybody, the old tour ban, right? We're not
Yeah.
trying to do that. He says, "Hey, man, this is great. Let's talk
You know
about
what?
it."
Real quickly, sorry
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt you, Doug,
Go
but
ahead.
we're we're judges, right? But we're
Yep.
not out there to be. And I'm trying to be frank here. We're not out there to be assholes. We're not out there to
Nope.
disqualify anybody. We want everybody to be there. We want everybody to compete. So, for somebody to say that, you know, I don't know. Dude, they need to look at the history and stuff like that. And we're not trying to be assholes about it. We're just
Yep.
trying to, like you're saying, be meticulous about things.
Yep.
But go on.
Our job as judges is to present a fair playing field, and that's what I
Yes.
believe. I believe you are one of the best judges I've worked with. I mean, that includes
Hey,
Ray Choi and everybody else. Um,
thanks. You're making
uh,
me cry, Doug.
and a big part of that was he was a competitor first, and then came
Yeah.
over into the judges. So he already knows that, hey, man, dude, this guy's got his heart and soul into this vehicle. The last thing we want to do is tell you, hey, bud, you can't compete today because this isn't right. Right? Um,
Exactly.
and obviously, all the judges were human. We make errors. And there's one way. Um, uh, I will never judge a vehicle that's been in my area the entire time at World Finals. That makes no sense for me to look at it. That's why I asked Jeffrey to do it, or Jeremy, or somebody else, somebody that hasn't seen those vehicles. I need you to look at it because my eyes, I may have gone blind to some of the stuff that you got going on, or I hyper focus on stuff that maybe other judges don't. When I go into other judges' areas, I find stuff all the time that they're like, oh, well, oh, I didn't even look at that. And I'm sure they do the same for me, right? It's just that's where we're at. And but as far as judges go, fair-minded, even-handed, Jeffrey, for me personally, he is my favorite one to work with. And like I said, it's no disrespect to any of the other judges. I love working with Ray Choi. Ray Choi's super smart dude. He knows things.
He's definitely fun to work with.
Yeah,
I agree.
he knows backwards, forwards. He's I've been part of the rules since 2001. I've been part of the rules either on a committee or as a judge. So I'm very familiar with the background on the rules and why they're there and how they came to be. Same with Ray. And he's smarter than I am. So I always like to be the dumbest guy in the room. It's not that hard when you're me. So, but like I said, Jeffrey's an awesome judge. If you guys get an opportunity to work with the guy, he's very meticulous. He does in my opinion, does one of the best jobs around as a judge. So,
Thanks.
I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to make sure you knew that if you didn't already know that from me. So
Remind me, what was your PayPal again? Send you that $20. Oh, sorry, no, you guys didn't hear that.
Right?
So no, but I totally like I said, I appreciate you as a judge, as a person
Thanks.
too.
Thank you.
I remember you from when your wife was your girlfriend, and you guys bought that pole. That was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, the one I had in my backyard.
Yeah, the
Right.
one you had in your backyard. Good
Yeah,
time.
it was tetherball. It was a tetherball.
Tetherball
court,
pole,
right?
sure.
With the lights and the
Yeah.
disco ball and
Yeah. And then and then your development in your martial arts, your acting stuff.
Thanks. Yeah.
In case people don't know, Jeffrey here, he's a famous actor. You can catch him on People's
Oh
Court.
no, not famous, but like they say, there's no little parts, just little actors.
That's right.
And I happen to be one of them. So.
15 seconds.
Yeah, just do a search on IMDb for Jeffrey Fernandez. You'll see a lot of my work there.
Yep. One of the coolest
I'm
things.
just kidding.
Actually, though, one of the coolest things that Jeffrey's done is he was a model for a video game. Right.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So,
it was
us
originally, I think it was True Hong Kong, but then it got rebranded to the Sleeping Dogs. And actually, I play a number of characters, but you can tell it's me. They did a full body scan of me. We didn't do like the little ping pong balls like they do now because that's like the latest technology. But back then it was just a body scan and like the clothing I wore and stuff like that. So I think it was one of the characters' name was Jay Kwan on the Sleeping Dogs, and when the video game came out, I was playing myself, I was beating myself up and stuff like that. So if you guys get a chance, check it out, or check me out on my YouTube, Booming Jeff the Champ, and you can see a couple of those videos and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Shameless plug.
No, there's no shameless plugs here. We're all about trying to grow the business and grow what you guys do
Yes.
individually. And then obviously your martial arts stuff. You're a teacher now, right, for your martial arts?
Yeah, just well, before we moved up here to Dallas, I lived in East Texas, and it was a small city, small town, and they had a jujitsu gym, and moving from California, I was doing jujitsu there. I'm actually a purple belt now, but when I moved out to East Texas, there's a jujitsu gym, and I kind of ran down my experience, and they automatically made me in charge of their kids program, had me teach classes there a couple of times a week. So, it's a lot of fun times there as well. And I need to get going over here up in Dallas too.
Is your
I'm
daughter?
enjoying all the food. I'm enjoying all the barbecue that Dallas has to offer here. So I need to get back into it.
Is your daughter still practicing the martial arts too, or?
Not so much. Not so much.
Okay.
She's there in California
She
right
was
now. She's
trying the
going to
acting
school.
thing, right?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. She liked it, but she had to miss a lot of school for that, and
Yep.
so just kind of decided, school is gonna be more important. And she's in college right now, studying to be a teacher. So.
Yep. Hey, but you gotta admit it's really cool.
Oh, it's her
to go
birthday. It's her birthday tomorrow. So
Oh,
just to throw it out there.
happy birthday!
Early birthday.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, but I know it had to be cool because I remember you telling me you were going on set with her and stuff like that. So that's a passion you had, was to act, and to be able to take your kid and watch that passion develop within your child is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that was a proud daddy moment for you and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. To have her have an interest in what I do, just kind of brings a tear to anybody's eye. But it's fun.
That's awesome. You know what? We're gonna hit you up with the I gotta have you back, Jeff. We have I was just looking at these. Hold on, wait. I gotta pull up some of these names I'm looking at over here. I'm looking at Rodney Bush. Where's ours? Brad Frigard, Kevin Collard,
Yeah.
David Alfaro, Trendsetters TJ, Sound
Old
Mechanics,
school
Team
guys.
Shocker X. Come on, I'm gonna have to get some of
Exactly.
these guys and have you. H&K Kent. He's still competing, I think. Right? Team FX, obvious W.C.A. Anna, Ryan Ferguson. I mean, come on, Ed Lester. Hey, how about our buddy down there with the purple People Eater car? Quad Box.
Oh, okay. Leonard
Yeah.
Foster.
Yeah, we might
He's in Texas. He's in Texas.
we might have to get some Leonard Foster on here sometime. Alan Dante.
I don't think the world's ready for that.
Oh, they are.
I don't think they're ready. The world's ready.
He is a very unique personality, we will say. Hey, check this out. So I'm looking over here at the death match. Team Nuts, High Output Audio,
Yeah.
Broken
Team
Silence
Nuts.
Biggie, Cactus Sounds. Dude,
I think that was the time when they gave out the car, right?
it was either the motorcycle or the car.
It was a car. I think didn't Scotty Johnson?
Nope. Edge
he won
Audio
a
and
car.
yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that was the street class. Then death match. Then and we had a death match for every class. Super street. We had death match for street max. We had a death match for street. We had death match for extreme. That's the one that Edge Audio blew everything up and did a 104.
Oh.
But Team Loud that was in that that station wagon thing, that black thing that Team Loud shipped over from Norway, did a 175.1 for 5 minutes.
Damn.
We need to get those guys to come back out here.
Team Loud?
We need to get the Europeans out here.
We do.
Because it was fun. They brought their alcoholic country-based alcoholic beverages.
Oh, no, that was the Canadians.
It was Canadians.
Holy crap, man. You remember
Germans.
the Canadians would bring the pallet of beer with them.
Oh,
And they can't bring it back
sick.
across, so you guys had to
We
drink
had
the
to
whole
drink
pallet.
it. I guess just we had to drink it, right? I had a lot of fun here, Doug. And, there was a couple of times you asked me on the show, and I was like, dude, all right, if you want the lowest ratings, I'll be on the show. But, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for asking me on.
No, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, it's just hanging out, having a good time, talking about stuff together. But I do want to have you back on to start talking about some of the rule stuff that we talked about. We can't bring it out yet because it was in confidence. But I will say a lot of the stuff we talked about the rules is probably close to accurate to the direction DB Drag may be headed. Not
I
all of
agree.
it, not all of it, but definitely some of it. So keep that in mind. Wayne's really working hard on trying to take care of some other stuff. But other than
Yeah, we got to
that,
get it out there because a
we
lot of these
do,
competitors, they want information on finals and
especially
um,
California, right? I mean, we go all year long.
California. Well,
So, and
Texas
Florida.
guys too now.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's like, you know, um, I guess reintroducing DB Drag to the Texas scene. When they were so used to other organizations, now they're just like, you know, everybody wants to know, when's finals, what's what's DB Drag, what's base race, what's Cyclone, and it's
Yep.
like, you know, we're working on the rules, and
Yep.
we're gonna get out to you as soon as we can, but just hang tight, you know. But I mean, all we can do is just wait. But you guys, it'll be worth it.
It will. It absolutely will.
And then you guys,
Go ahead.
can get to like a lot of these guys, they'll say, I need to know the rules now so I can build. Bam, the rules hit online. The rules hit online. What are they doing for the next 2 months? Kind of just chilling, not doing
Yep.
anything.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's how we were too, when
Yep.
we would hit up companies for equipment and stuff like that. We're like, we gotta have it now, and then we get it, and it was like, okay, we got to build now. We got to do our stuff. So it's kind of like what I'm afraid of when these rules come out, that a lot of those people that were really eager to get things going are not. But I mean, that's the name of the game. It's we can get it out there for you guys sooner or later, and it's going to be there no matter what. So
Yes, sir. Okay, one last question for you, sir. What's your definition of a base head?
my definition of a base hit, I don't, when the term base hit, right?
Mhm.
Where did that come from? It's almost like, and I don't want to put any negative connotations to it, but you hear people like, oh, crackhead, right? Oh, that guy's a meth head,
Well, they
or
used to be called base heads back in the 80s, right?
basic, exactly. Maybe that's where they got it from.
Mhm.
And
It's an
what
addiction.
is, and it's an exactly. I was gonna say, what is like the common thread
Yep.
between all of those, base heads and crackheads, and it's an addiction. So I mean, I like to look at it as, connoisseurs of low notes, in like music, songs, and stuff like that. When you're at a stoplight, and then you turn it up past 10, you're a base head. It doesn't matter if you compete, you yourself is just a connoisseur of bass. That's it. You're feeding your addiction to bass.
I would agree with that. That's a good definition.
Yeah.
Chasing the base dragon, says Noel McDonald. So, all right, guys. Hey, Moses, thank you for stopping in again today. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you guys, man.
I didn't get a hold. I tried to get a hold of Lunsford all week. I couldn't get a hold of him. We're trying to work out the date for the Lunsford Custom Show coming up.
Okay.
So once I get that, I will let everybody know here and also on the Sonic FX or the Facebook page along with Turn Pro, so it'll get up there.
Yeah, you know what, Doug?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm having some problems too with like shops, kind of getting back to me. I don't know. Are we not making it like easy enough to? I mean, this is probably could be another show altogether. And I'm sorry for bringing it up last second, but for those of you watching, that want to host an event, let us know what we can do to make it easier for you guys.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, we're what they call turnkey promoters.
Yep.
all you need to do, and in most cases, is provide us with a plug to plug in, or
Mhm.
we even have like generators.
Right.
Just provide us a spot, and we'll run things. We've done it all in the past. Doug has officiated over finals many years, so it's like I kind of run into that, and I'm like, I don't understand what the holdup is. Let's
Yeah.
just do it, get it done.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're just working on it, trying to get it all figured out. So, when we will get it out, I'm gonna get my season out. I'll get announcements out probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks, for my series of shows, the Reno shows, the Fresno shows, the Sacramento shows. Nyman was supposed to get out either today or tomorrow, out of where he was at, so that should work out really good. We're going to start working towards shows with Nyman also. He's looking forward to getting back and trying some stuff. He might not be in the lanes for a while as a competitor, but he's definitely wants to, get the group of people back together because he enjoys being around them, right?
Hell yeah.
So Nyman's good people when it comes to that kind of stuff. He has one of the best spots there are for hosting events. We don't have any problems there, other than the occasional guy getting shot or, whatever.
No.
It only happened once, but he didn't get shot there. He just came up to the show after he got shot. So, but
Diamond's a good dude, man.
No.
You guys, have the chance to go out to the shows, Doug shows, dude, do it. He's a good host.
So, Jeffrey, where are we going to check out the shows you have upcoming, or how does somebody get a hold of you for putting on shows and whatnot?
Do a search on Facebook if you're not already following us on Boom Audio Competitions. I joke around when I do the events. I'm like, check us out on all the social networking websites. Boom Audio Competitions. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on OnlyFans. We're on Farmers.com. And, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to put it out there that you can find us, dude. Yep. All you have to do is just fall over and do a search for us on Facebook or all your social networking websites, and we're there. We're not that difficult to talk to, and we're just itching to do a show.
Yep.
Hit us up.
Yeah, and so you guys who next week I got confirmation we are going to have Christopher Munson. We've had Nathan on here before, but we're going to have Christopher Munson on next week. So hopefully, I can't even express to you guys how much he's taken the reins from his father and made him his own. He did all this stuff on his own, and he's done an awesome job with it, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him next week. Anyway, so Moses, anything coming up with you, sir?
Man, not much, man. Just trying to follow you guys in these competitions, dude, so I could get the beat down again on this FJ, I can only sit home for so long, dude, before I start getting that itch for that bass stuff,
speaking
dude.
of Moses, sorry to interrupt. I'm doing a show out here in Texas, January 29th. If you want to, you can make it out here at Crossfire headquarters. Well, I'll give you a tour of the company.
Hey, it's what is it, like 12 hours, right? That's like Surf City.
Dude, 24.
Yeah, it's a little
like
more than 12.
20 something. Normally when I drive back out to California, I'll stay the night in El Paso, have fun in El Paso, get up and start driving again. So
El Paso?
Yeah, El Paso. It's kind of like almost a midpoint.
Oh, area. Really? You're still in Texas as the midpoint?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Damn.
That's like 10 hours of driving already.
Wow.
That's pretty sick.
The last time I stopped in Santa Fe, I think it is. Is that the one that comes through there, through New Mexico? When you come through New Mexico, is it Santa Fe that you hit when you're going down to SoCal?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I just know whatever freeway I was taking through, the 10 or whatever it was from California, but we stayed in New Mexico when we went that way. So I'll be out.
Moses, so if you want to check it out.
Okay, I'll be seeing you in October, Jeffrey. So
yes,
my daughter has her wedding in October, the week after finals. So we will be doing that in downtown Dallas. So I might hit you up while I'm there and say what's up. But anyway, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We went a little bit long tonight, but I don't even think we even scratched the surface with Jeffrey.
Appreciate it,
You
Jeff.
know,
Appreciate it, Doug.
it was fun. I mean, like I said, it was fun. Thanks for having me on, Doug.
No, I appreciate it. So once again, next Monday at 6 p.m. California time, the only time that matters. Hopefully we'll see you guys again next week. You can check us out on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Podbean, Apple, iTunes, iHeart, all those things. You can see that thing. I'll post links once I get this done, once it gets uploaded to the files. But anyway, once again, thank you guys for coming, and thanks to my guests, Jeffrey and Moses Martinez, checking in, and we will catch you guys next week.